like Fani and her lover, went to Washington and spent at least 2 days that they know of, 8-hour days in the White House counsel's office or the DOJ.
Yo, so look, we have new news about the Fani Willis hearing. Everybody's biting at them like piranhas, man. It's like they smell blood, sharks. They coming to get them. So look, I'm about to react to it. I got some new stuff to react to. If you guys can see the title, you know where we're about to go. So like, comment, subscribe. Always, if you're new, please comment and subscribe. It helps me a lot. Please comment and subscribe and like. It helps me a lot. But let's get right to it, you guys. I don't want to talk too much. You know what I mean? But let's get right to it.
This is Ashley Merchant.
hmm
So this is the defense
And that's a new name to me, Ashley Merchant.
lawyer for Mike Roman, who went after Fani Willis, Nathan Wade, and now Terrence Bradley. Okay. This is some of her testimony in a Georgia Senate hearing. So this isn't the original court case now. Now this is a separate Georgia Senate hearing that is investigating DA Fani Willis. They subpoenaed Miss Merchant, or they asked her to come and testify to fill them in. And Miss Merchant, I got to tell you, Ashley Merchant, this lady, she's brilliant. Oh, welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the
I was waiting for it.
happy patriots are. This is why we're happy. Go.
Each gift or favor from a single prohibited source in the aggregate amount of $100 or more. And then it says, for purposes of this section, gift and favors means anything of value given by or received from a prohibited source. Prohibited source means any person, business, or entity that the involved officer, so Ms. Willis, knows or should know is seeking official action or seeking to do or doing business with the county.
And she's proving that Fani Willis probably bloated the case out for them to make money on.
Failing to respond to your open records request and potentially giving false testimony under oath if your version of facts is proven to be true.
Yes.
Okay. I'm troubled about this Find the Votes book. Are you saying that the prosecutor has been discussing an ongoing prosecution and her prosecutorial strategy and indictment strategy to authors of a book during the course of the prosecution?
Yes.
I just want to say one thing. I'm new to politics and everything like that. I know there's due process, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I see 8 people meeting in a room for somebody that we all know is corrupt. You know what I mean? I don't know what more evidence you really need. I don't want to sound too crazy or if like I don't know what I'm talking about, but like I'm looking at it, it's not making sense to me.
And
Yes.
that book has now come out.
It is.
They're going about this book called Find Me the Votes, that is about Fani Willis. Fani Willis shared private emails and would not let the other side see them.
That book, also, we talked about it somewhat in our hearing because it goes into a lot of details about the financial troubles that Ms. Willis had prior to becoming DA.
So Miss Merchant also brilliantly used.
And she had motive. So that says something. She had motive to receive the donations that she received. Go this side. The donations that she received.
What was publicly said in the book, where Fani Willis was saying she was on the skids and in financial trouble. And so she's going, that proves motive. Why she had RICO cases against 18 people she wasn't qualified to go after.
Trying to get
She
money.
swelled up the case so that it would take a long time. And then she would get her buddy, Nathan Wade, whom she was already going to bed with, get him
Literally.
on the job. So that's what's at stake. More details are coming out. Fani Willis is done. Here's the headline. New witness alleges Nathan Wade had a garage door opener for Fani Willis's condo. This is over at the Daily Mail. This is being spilled out. This is a unique detail. What's a garage door opener have anything to do with it? Additional witnesses are apparently ready to talk. Specifically, 2 witnesses came out. We covered one of them yesterday. There's another one today. That's 2 people testifying. They know details about Terrence Bradley told them that he knew that Nathan Wade and Fani Willis were together before they said they did. So now even...
And I'm starting to think Terrence Bradley just needs to wipe his hand clean of this and admit everything that's went on and everything that he knows. Instead
Terrence
of lying.
Bradley has lied in public. There's 2 people willing to come out and say that his testimony, when he said he was speculating, is a lie.
One but 2 witnesses have now come forward to various defendants saying that they would like to and are ready to testify. They are both saying, shocker, Terrence Bradley is full of BS.
This is just backup in case McAfee ends up opening the case back up again and he needs more information. I think he has enough information right now to get Fani Willis. And I think this is done. We're just waiting for him to write it up and present it to the public.
Another person has come forward, another officer of the court. His name is Attorney Manny Aurora, former adjunct professor at Georgia State School of Law. Apparently, he's a friend of Terrence Bradley's. Terrence Bradley, he talks a lot. He's willing to testify that Terrence Bradley, same time period, September, October 2023, this past fall, Aurora claims that Terrence Bradley told him the relationship began when Willis was running for DA in 2019 through 2020.
Okay, so that's the second guy, Manny Aurora. This is a professor of law at Georgia University. These aren't scumbag weirdos. These aren't side fringy people. These are mainstream, hardcore, high-ranking people saying they caught Terrence Bradley lying.
And he adds that Mr. Wade, this is what this guy learned from Terrence Bradley, had a garage door opener to the property. This rung a bell.
Man, wrap the case up. Wrap the case up. Come on, y'all. Like, wrap the case up.
With us because Ashley Merchant, I think, was also told this by Terrence Bradley because she raised it when he was on the stand. We pulled this up. Watch.
Do you recall that he had a garage door opener to either a house or a condo or something like that of Miss Willis's?
I've never seen a garage door opener, so no, I do not have any personal knowledge of him having a garage door opener.
Do you have any knowledge at all from Mr. Wade or any source that he had a garage door opener to access one of Miss Willis's residence?
And I'll object to any source as to hearsay.
All right, depends on the source. Overruled.
No, I don't have any knowledge.
He perjured himself. That's a lie. That guy will never practice law again. Terrence Bradley's career is over. He's done. Also, they have a very specific detail about that
I'm not gonna lie, they may need my boy Doug in the courtroom after this, y'all.
garage door opener. Miss Merchant brilliantly was setting him up, and he lied about it. And he got nailed because now they have these two other witnesses. One of them said that specifically Bradley told him they had a garage door opener. It's a very specific detail that proves that Terrence Bradley lied on, here's Trump.
They're all his prosecutors. They work for him, like Fani and her lover went to Washington and spent at least 2 days that they know of, 8-hour days in the White House counsel's office or the DOJ.
One of the other things I did was I did open records for the White House access, and we had records that Ms. Willis and the mayor of Atlanta were at meeting with the vice president.
Okay, and so this is the access history. How does that work? The White House keeps records of anybody that comes in and has any kind of official meeting for sure?
Yes, and my understanding is it's highly regulated who can access the White House, and so you have to apply in person or apply ahead of time, and then they give you a time when you make the appointment, and they give you a time when you're allowed to be in and when you have to be out by. They're publicly available. They're open records.
And this record that's shown on the screen shows Fani Willis was a visitor with V. POTUS. I presume that's Vice President of the United States?
Yes, it was.
And what was the date of that back in, was that February sometime of 23?
Yeah.
February 28, 2023.
Is that before the indictment?
Yes.
So they were working on this a long time in conjunction with Joe Biden's White House. The DA's office has one of the top.
Does that mean President Biden might be corrupt too? We know he's slow, but does that mean he might be corrupt too?
People from the Justice Department, that's Washington.
Okay, I'm not exactly sure who Trump's talking about. This could be the guy that we brought up, the guy that the Biden people inserted into DA Fani Willis's office, the Jeff DeSantis, Jeff DeSantis, a guy they inserted in the office that was put there by the White House.
In other words, Merrick Garland's people put their top person in the DA's office to handle this case. And it's a nonsense case. You know, every legal opinion I've read said it's not even a crime. It's not a crime. It's not this. It's not that. It should never be brought. Should have never been. None of these things should have been brought. But it's all of these indictments are Biden indictments. And they're there to hurt an opponent. If I weren't running, none of this stuff would have ever happened.
Nathan Wade started going to bed with Fani Willis before they admitted to it. So she was ready to enrich herself through him. That's why she put him on the case, was to make money off of him that they could together go on trips and fund their relationship. That's where bringing the whole case against Trump looks bad and does not look like she's merely hates the guy and is after him for political reasons, but that she's there to make herself rich. And that will end up having McAfee throw the whole case out, not just remove Fani, but say there's evidence that she was going to enrich herself, and the whole case gets thrown out. The whole thing was corrupt from the start. In Ehrenberg's view, the overheard phone call could be of interest to Judge McAfee. This is the second defendant that came out that we already talked about with the garage door opener, because it is, quote, firsthand information that adds to what has already been shared, quote, that I think is bigger deal than just saying that Terrence Bradley lied on the stand. It's a very specific piece. Here's Manny Aurora. But Yeager is not the only new witness to come forward. Georgia lawyer Manny Aurora apparently had, quote, several conversations with Bradley between September and October of 2023, according to a separate court document filed by attorneys for co-defendant Kathy Latham on Tuesday. Bradley allegedly told Aurora that Willis and Wade definitely began a romantic relationship when she was running for district attorney in 2019, and that he worked on her transition team, making
More evidence. I'm telling you. Why aren't we wrapping things up?
him guilty. Here's a little bit more of Ashley Merchant on the stand with the Republicans' oversight investigation. Oh, and I'm sorry, but I recorded this on my cell phone, so the sound's going to be in video, might be a little wanky.
The document you produced, I think you prepared this summary that shows all the payments that he received.
Either I did this or this might have come from Fulton County purchasing.
And that was all before this grand jury was even approved.
The grand jury was not approved until June of 2022.
Okay, it was requested in January.
It was, and I just looked that up at the break. So it was requested in January. It was approved in June. The order, actually. But what happened was they started picking. So it looks like they started picking the grand jurors on May 2nd of 2022, and they actually started hearing evidence June 1st of 2022.
Okay, so lots of this time was way before he would have been having to question any witnesses or attend grand jury hearings or anything.
Yes, he could not have attended a grand jury hearing until at the earliest May 2nd.
Okay, Miss Merchant is brilliant. They're guilty. She's got them up one side, down the other. I don't see how McAfee now can not only leave her on the case, but can leave this case standing. I believe it's done. And then
I thought it was done a while ago once the Texas were released, but now this garage door opener's added. Now she's on it, and she's a genius, so I can see things being sped up.
just for a laugh at the end here, here's Barbara Streisand on Twitter. Fani Willis is a brilliant district attorney, and her private life should have nothing to do with the case involving Trump's attempt to overturn the results. Oh, Barbara Streisand, why the long face? I'm Doug in exile.
All right, you guys. So that's the end of the video. My thoughts will remain the same the whole time. I'm ready for this to get wrapped up because there's a lot of stuff going on, which is not making a lot of sense. But like, comment, subscribe always if you're new. And please let me know what to react to. We're out.